I am blurry, of course. Still blurry. All right, how's everybody doing? We're going to work now, not blurry. I love it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Live. Guess who I am? Take a guess. I'm Stopher Cavins, psychic medium still. Sometimes I feel like just barely, though. Anyway, I'm here. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you are all here. Thank you for coming in. Ness, help Stopher. She says, help Stopher. I am here to help everyone any way that I possibly can. All right. Well, I don't know what I'm doing. All right. As everybody comes in, we will just chit chat. How did everyone enjoy the Super Bowl on Sunday? So, my prediction, I made it. It was wrong, but it was kind of right. So, by Vegas standards, my prediction was right. You would have made money if you bet on my prediction. I'm not suggesting that anybody gamble, but so I had 27 Kansas City beating the 49ers, and I think I had their score at 24. So it was a 3-point spread. It ended up being 22 to 25, I believe, which was a 3-point spread with Kansas City winning. So I'll take it. I mean, honestly, though, from a psychic perspective, I don't think anybody can predict sports. It has the game has to be played, right? Anyway, it was a good game, good halftime show, in my opinion. Travis and Taylor, so cute after the game. Anyway, Christina, hello. Aurora, hello, Aurora. Thank you for being here. All right, Ermila, I've got your question starred. Thank you for being here. Myra, always pleasure seeing you. All right, let's Linnea, are you in maybe Australia? Because today's Thursday for me here in Los Angeles, so I understand that it might be already tomorrow in other parts of the world. So if you're tuning in from those parts, welcome. All right, Baby Shoals, thank you for being here. All right, let's get into it. So, Samantha, yes, they are. And I'll give you my disclaimer. It's going to be kind of baked into the spiel that I give here. Rosemary, thank you for being here. What's your hat say? That's a cool hat. All right, so I'm going to turn my attention away from the comments because I'm not a multitasker. I'm not somebody that can do a little bit of everything. All right, let's put that down. All right, welcome everyone. We will be doing, I'm going to be doing some free readings, psychic mediumship tonight. There are 2 ways to get a reading from me. If you would like to come on to the live with me, it does not have to be video and audio. You can just do audio if you want. Video and audio is appreciated. We all love to see your beautiful faces. You can do that by clicking the pinned, there's a pinned comment with the link to the StreamYard studio, which is where I'm broadcasting from. So if you are willing to do that, you'll click the link, you won't immediately come onto the screen here. You'll go into like a green room or backstage, whatever you want to call it. Someone's coming in, and I will see you, and then I will bring you on. I'll give you a quick little notice to let you know that you're coming on, and then I will bring you on for your reading. All right. Some people are not comfortable with the video, so if it's just audio, I completely understand. That is the best way to get your question read. The other way is to put it into the comments. I'm actually looking for a banner. Pause. Let's see. Is it on here? Where's it at? Where's it at? Here we go. All right. Questions? Okay, so the mediumship is done on the screen. So if you have mediumship, if you want to connect with a loved one, then you would want to come on the screen. I don't do that in the comments just because it's a better connection when I'm face to face, or when you can kind of let me know if you resonate with the different things. Also, if you want to just put your psychic questions in the comments, please use all caps and then put some colorful emojis on there. It doesn't matter which ones, just so that I can kind of scroll through, because there's a lot of commenting, and I appreciate that. But that way I can star them, and then they go into kind of a different area that I can answer them when I get to them. I don't go in any particular order, just wherever I'm called to. So even if you get it in first, it doesn't mean you're going to be read first, but I try to get to as many of them as possible before I run out of energy. So that's that. Someone asked earlier if medical questions or health questions are okay. Let's phrase that, health questions. So I do read on health and wellness. I will read on real estate stuff. I will read on, relationship stuff. What else? Legal stuff. I'm none of those professional licensed jobs or careers, but I will read on those things. And basically what I'm doing is I am giving you my objective opinion of the energy. It is not to be misunderstood as diagnosing anyone or medical advice or legal advice, real estate, whatever. So for those types of things, if you need more than just my opinion, then please consult with those professionals. But yeah, I'll give you my opinion on it as I tune into it. If you would like your own private reading, what I do here is just a sample. It's a little snippet of what I do. My private readings allow us to be, just your energy and my energy, whether we're doing it by phone or by Zoom. And it's a different reading than what, I believe what I do here is good too, but the private readings are really great. We can really get into some deep stuff, healing stuff, confirming all that. So I offer private readings. You can book those through my website, stophercavins.com. We have 30-minute psychic readings, 45-minute psychic readings. I have a combo reading that's 50 minutes where you can do mediumship and psychic, or one or the other. Mediumship 30 minutes or 50 minutes. I also, for folks that don't want to sit or don't have time or are not comfortable kind of doing it like this back and forth, I have e-readings. So what that is you pop on my website, stophercavins.com, click on the e-reading, fill out 4 questions and your information. It's also very cost effective. And then I will, within 3 days, or at least I'll try, sometimes I go over, I will sit, record a reading just like I'm doing here, and send it to you. Usually they're about between 10 and 20 minutes long, depends on what information comes through. And then you'll have that, you can review it, you can save it to your device, and it just focuses on those 4 questions. So it's kind of a cool thing too. Stophercavins.com, please check those out. One more plug before we get into it. I also have courses coming up. They are 2 different 4-week courses starting March 5th for the beginner course. And then the next night I start the intermediate advanced course on March 6th. So one is every Tuesday night, one's every Wednesday night. If you're just dipping your toes in the water, you're interested, you're intrigued by developing your intuitive gifts, the beginner course is perfect for you. Or if you just have a little bit of experience, you've had some things happen and you want to kind of know what it is and how to develop it, that is a great course. It's 4 weeks, 2 hours each week, starting, I think we do those at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. So there's more information if you go in stophercavins.com, click on the education tab, and there's all kinds of bullet points about the different things we go over in those courses. I've got a lot of seats left, so fill them up. Fill them up, or my husband's going to be mad at me and I'll get evicted. So if for nothing else, just feeling bad for me, fill them up. All right. I'm kidding, of course. If it's something you're called to do, register, or if you have questions, you can message me through my site as well. Okay, I'm just going to go through here real quick, star some of your questions. Thank you for putting them in caps. That's awesome. I can easily see them. Once again, thank you for being here. If you like the content we're putting out tonight, hit the thumbs up. Everybody go do it now. If you don't like the content, go hit the thumbs up. That's good too. in all honesty, but also subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet, I appreciate that as well. Okay, got it. Man, so many questions. I'm going to be busy. Captain Morgan, thanks for being here. It's been a while since I've seen you around. Billy, thanks for being here. Yeah, and if you've had a private reading with me, especially if it was good, let us know in the comments. I'm not a person that's going to toot my own horn about saying I'm good, I'm accurate. That's really not even my goal anyway. My goal is just to give you what comes through and be a good conduit. But yeah, if you had a good experience, let everybody know in the comments. That's great. If you've attended one of my courses and it's been a good experience, let everybody know, because that's my best way of marketing and advertising. All right. And I've got Heidi and Julie waiting. I'm going to get to Heidi in just a moment. Chopper Bill in Texas. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Yes, I got it. All right, Sparkling Dragon, thank you. You're not quietly lurking anymore. You are out. I've outed you. Thank you for being here. Man, just lots of questions. I love it. Oh, Friday. I said Friday Night Live, because there is a show. I do remember saying that now. It's Thursday night, by the way. There's a show called Friday Night Lights. I think it's a football show on like Netflix or something. So I think that's what I was thinking of. The brain doesn't, once I get on here and everybody's energy comes in, it's like Stopher brain dissolves. All right. Okay. I think I've got a lot started. So let's bring on. All right. Heidi's back. Heidi, I hope you're ready because you're coming on. What is up? Let's say bigger faces. There we go. I don't think we can hear you. I can't hear you. Are you muted? And frozen? All right. So I'm going to remove your back.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yep. I can hear you. I can see you.
All right.
Your connection might be a little low, but we'll work through it. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. No, it's bizarre because I'm actually right next to my router, so it should be working.
You would think, right?
I read energy too, but this question that I have for you is really too close, and I'm it's blocked for me. And honestly, when I feel into it, I feel like a toddler that's just eaten a bowl of candy. I'm so excited about it. So it's just too much energy for me to get a
Right.
read. And
I'll
so
see
my
what I can
husband and
do.
I are interested in retiring and moving out of the state that we're in. I could tell you what it is or not, whether if you want to know. But
Yeah, you don't have to tell me.
the sky's the limit for us, really. We could even go overseas because my husband was born in Europe. And
Hmm.
there's just too much to choose from. And I'm having trouble focusing on some areas for us to start looking for places to live. And I want to know the kind of places. I've told the universe exactly what I'm looking for. And so they know my criteria. And
Yeah.
I just can't read the energy. What are good places would be a good match for us energetically?
Okay. First, let me start with just kind of the general feeling I'm getting, and then we can maybe kind of dig into some specific places and what that means. The first thing I'm brought to when I connect with your energy, and I feel the excitement. So that's awesome. I know you shared that with us, but I can literally feel it. So keep that. That's going to motivate you, is what I'm hearing. You two, in addition to being adventurers, I feel like there's always a hunger to learn. So it's going to be important to be in a place that has a lot of culture, a lot of history as well. And I know there's tons of places that meet that criteria, but I do think there's a lot of places in Europe just because I feel like some of the culture really kind of connects. Um, I feel like I'm going in parts of the UK is kind of where I'm really being drawn to, because it just has some kind of richness that I think will connect. Okay. I saw the head tilt, so which I see a lot from people, and it's like 2 months later they'll text me and they'll say, "Oh yeah, that was on the radar," or whatever. But anyway, that's what I'm getting. There's some what's the word I'm looking for? Connections there to that part of Europe. I do think that we get closer to end of the year or beginning of next year before we start putting things, or everything starts connecting as far as, lining up the move or kind of getting towards that. Okay. There's a couple other things that are happening. I'm going to bring in, you're in the United States, right?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to, I know we're talking about moving outside the country or to different places. What's going on here though, there's still some, like, I'm being shown contracts and stuff. So this tells me you're probably homeowners, or there's something that we have to do with contractual type of things to either make sure that we have our homes vested properly, or everything's kind of tight. So I think that's kind of also part of your timeline that's going to take you a little bit down the road. That there's still some like legal, and I don't mean like police and jail, that kind of thing. I just mean like more the contract part of it.
Yeah.
So there's that's going to come into play that might squeeze your timelines out just a little bit more than you're thinking. So if you can start on some of those things sooner than later, you'll be in good shape as well. All right, so that's kind of what I'm getting there. I also like parts of. They're showing me a lot of colors and stuff too, so I feel like I'm also in. I don't know if this is like India or Thailand as well.
Hmm.
All right. Have you considered any of that? You're like, none of those places are for us.
I was thinking Europe or the United States. We're in the States. We have 2 children here, adult children, who may or may not one day have grandchildren for us, but we can't base it on that because that's not in the cards right now. So we decided to just cast our net far and wide. But it is down the road.
Yeah.
But we want to start making plans and maybe buy a property and start the long-term plans.
Yeah, I see things kind of getting going as early as next year. Even if it's just the kind of the legal part of it, the contract part of it, and tying up those loose ends. But I definitely see Europe. There's less energy towards the United States.
Okay.
Do you have connections to? I feel like I'm going southeast now. Do you have connections to Georgia, Florida?
My dad lives in Florida, but we hate Florida. Sorry,
Okay, no, I
Floridians.
don't think you're moving there. I have to
Okay.
acknowledge the connections.
Okay.
So there might be something to come into play with your dad as well. And I'm not predicting anything. I'm just saying that there might be something that we learn about that connection that helps us make some decisions as well.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, that was it. I needed some focus and some direction. Again, it's so
Yeah,
hard to read your own energy when it's so close and it's so.
yeah, but Heidi, what I love about it is the excitement is part of it. So keep that kind of wonderment of it all, and that kind of open energy, because that's going to guide you. I know it is. And I think there's going to be a real focus towards being in a place where you can continue to learn and kind of, I hate the word assimilate, but feel comfortable where you're at, and so that you have those resources that you can easily grab.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Heidi. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye. Let's bring on Julie. Julie, how you
Hi, I'm
doing?
trying to get in the middle of the screen, but not
It's all
working too
right.
well. Anyway, hello.
Hi. How can I help you tonight?
Well, I had my son pass away 2 years ago,
I'm sorry.
27-year-old, and just wondered if you might be able to get in touch with him.
Yeah, can I have his first name?
Kelly.
But you know if he was because I'm almost getting like named after somebody, but we're not talking about like named after dad. We're talking about like named after maybe even somebody famous or something like that. Do you know that?
Yeah, his dad was really loved this guy named Kelly Slater, who was the best surfer. And I like the name too because it was Irish Warrior. So we picked it
Okay,
for
got
that
it.
reason.
Well, I feel like I'm drawn to the Kelly Slater thing because the surfer energy, because I was getting like almost like rock and roll energy. So that's a similar kind of thing that, kind of that live fast kind of thing. So I knew it was somebody in kind of that kind of environment. So he's just bringing that forward, or this energy I'm connecting with is bringing that forward immediately. The first thing I get, or I think we're going to start with messages, and then we'll get to some of the evidence as well, because I'm hearing, hey Kevin, I'm hearing that he had a lot of fun when he was here. So he just wants you to know that when he was here, that he squeezed a lot. He squeezed a lot of life out of his 27 years. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes, I did.
And he says you were actually either a big part of it. I almost feel like you were either like a big part of it or a huge cheerleader of it. This wasn't something where you were like, son, slow down or anything like that. I feel like he's acknowledging that you were kind of right there in the front row. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so he wants to thank you for that, for one thing. Was he I don't know if this is him. Was there someone in the family that towards the, I want to say like their last few, maybe even weeks here, they were on like either a life support or they had something keeping them going? Do you understand that?
Yes, but he wasn't. No.
I have to acknowledge the person stepping forward, because I don't think this is your son. But I have to acknowledge the person that was kept alive by, I feel like, some kind of assistance is what they have to tell me about. And also some things, so I feel like there were some decisions made on their behalf. So they're coming forward acknowledging that there were some things that you or some family members had to do or make decisions on their behalf, and they want to thank you for that. Because I do feel like it was something that was discussed as like, hey, don't let this drag out. That's not what I want. Do you understand that?
Yes, but that would be my mom. Probably.
Okay.
Could she be coming through?
Yeah, it would be. I actually was, because I wasn't feeling if it was female or male. I was going to ask you if this is mom or dad.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense to me. So just know that since those energies are kind of your son's energy and mom's energy are here together, that would be their way of saying that their energy is also interacting on the other side or wherever they're at now. So they are interacting with each other. Going back to Kelly, would you understand the November date being important for him?
Yes.
Okay. He wants to also, because I feel like there's a memorialization that happens for him every November. So he wants to thank you for like kind of, because he's like circling it on the calendar. So he's acknowledging what you do every November. Okay. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. This is interesting. He's, I feel like you guys memorialize him, like celebrate him a lot in different ways is what he's showing me. So I almost feel, how some people either, I don't know if this is like in the concrete, I feel like there's something that memorializes him that's on the ground. So this is either a plaque or, how some people like write in concrete or in bricks. Do you know if there's anything like that for him?
I don't think there is. I mean, his ashes are in a lemon tree. And
Okay.
that is grown at my daughter's house.
Okay. I want you to kind of think, not right now, obviously, but I feel like he's acknowledging, and it might've been something he did as a child. And I'm not sure if there's still, if you're still in the same places where somebody, how kids will write in like the wet cement or something. I feel like I'm seeing something like that. So he just wants to acknowledge something that's like that he would have done that or somebody did that for him.
Oh yeah, there's things he's made that are around here. Yes.
Okay. So there's something like that he's acknowledging. He's not acknowledging like tattoos or anything like that, but he's showing me like somebody wrote or has his kind of writing etched in something is what is showing me. Because he just wants to thank you for like keeping his energy and his spirit alive in your home and around you. Okay. Are you also considering a move soon?
No.
Okay. He wants to acknowledge a move. He's acknowledging movement. I have to, and it's coming through in a way of saying he'll like be there in the move. So, I mean, if you're not acknowledging a move, I'm not sure what he's talking about, but I have to give you what he's giving me. Do you know if there's anybody else that's making it? And I feel like it's a kind of a big deal. It's not like we're just moving down the street. I feel like there's something that's kind of a big deal. Do you know if he has any siblings or people that are close to him that are kind of in a big transition?
Well, before he died, he had the November dates are that he had a baby that was only 4 months old, and he had adopted her first child, and then he died like 5 months later, and then she's moved closer to a new boyfriend, um, and she could move, but I don't know. I don't have. I think that's my biggest problem is I don't get good communication with his children because
Mm.
wife, has she's 27 or she was, she's probably 30 now, but she just doesn't communicate with me. I'm in Pennsylvania and she's somewhere else in North Carolina and she has moved. And she just really doesn't, she finds anything I do to be intrusive. I send gifts. I
Yeah.
to talk to the kids on Facebook or through the phone. She doesn't like it.
Yeah. So he's telling me, of course, it's hard for her too, right? So I feel it as much as it feels personal. He's saying, Mom, she's just, this is a kind of her coping mechanism as well. And of course, you and I probably believe that it's not the right way to do it, right? But he's just saying, give her time. But he knows the move was I guess hard for you since they're further away. But yeah, he's just kind of telling me that this is her way of just kind of running from some of the pain of it all. Unfortunately.
Does he tell you anything about why he died?
Okay. I He is coming forward with a certain amount of responsibility. Now I want to make it clear he's not telling me that he's hurt himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I do feel like at certain parts of his life, what he's showing me is that he felt like he needed to escape some things, parts of his life that weren't going well or that he just didn't want to deal with or couldn't handle the truth of. So he's kind of connecting either ways that he would try to escape those parts of his life and what would have kind of contributed to his passing. So, am I getting the specifics? No, and I think that's probably by design. But I do feel like there's a certain amount of responsibility that he's taking. But I want to make it clear he's also saying I didn't hurt myself. This wasn't something I did on purpose. Okay. Um, but I do think it was just kind of sorry. Ways that he was coping that kind of maybe either got out of hands or got away from him. Okay. Is that what you suspected?
Well, it was during COVID, and they did have an autopsy, and it came back that he was having kratom, and kratom is when you've been an addict for a really long time, it's a painkiller and you can get hot. It's a herb that they sell and you can get up to
Interesting.
heroin type of, and he was an addict, but he had been clean for 5, 6, 7 years, got new baby in the middle of COVID, trying to support them. And yeah, I think he was doing, I didn't know he was doing the kratom, but that's what they said killed him. He
Yeah.
went into a seizure and he died.
Yeah. What he's giving me is he was just trying to escape for a
Yeah.
while, you know, and that makes sense with that time of, you know, of history. We were all looking for something, whether it was Netflix or some of us went to substances or whatever it was. So that he just says he was just trying to escape some of the things he was dealing with and things that he could not deal with. And it kind of got, I think he just lost track of what he was doing as far as how much he was taking or but it was not purposeful.
Oh no, I never thought it was.
Yeah.
No, I never thought it was, but I just wondered, if you could pick that up.
He loves those babies though. Does one of them have like a really like unique, like kind of, I don't want to say weird, we'll say unique name.
Well, one is Hadley, that is, and his natural son or daughter is Abigail.
Okay. Because he's taking credit for one of the names. Do you understand that?
Yes, it would have had to be Abigail.
Okay. Because yeah, it's not a situation where he's saying they were named after me, but he's saying like
Yeah,
it was like his thing.
his
Okay.
choice.
So
Okay.
yeah, he's super proud of him. Super proud of him. And I know it's hard that you know, Mama took him far away, but he says they are being treated well. That she's a good mom. So he's watching over them. He's watching over you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Julie. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks again.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
Okay, friends. I'm going to get into the comments in just a moment. Let's bring on Myra real quick. Myra, how you do? 80 folks watching. Thank you all for being here. Hit the like button if you haven't done that yet.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Uh,
Emotional.
yeah.
What can we do?
I just feel so disconnected from God and spirituality because I know that God is not responsible for what happens to me, but in some way, shape, or form, my faith is becoming non-existent, and I have lost connection with my spirit guides, and maybe I was overdoing it by speaking to them maybe too much, but I don't hear them. I don't hear God. I don't see, and my dreams are just nightmares, and they're becoming true. And I'm just wondering, why am I getting so much hardship, especially so much death?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I don't know if it's ever going to go away
I
or
understand.
when it will.
First of all, Myra, and thank you for coming on and sharing that. There's what, like almost 80 people here. We all are sending you love. So you've got a team here just all sending you a lot of positive energy. We love you. You know, so we're all connected here. Is Mom in spirit?
No, she's alive.
Okay. Are you well connected with Mom?
I am now. Yeah.
Okay. I have to, like, the energies are bringing you close to Mom. So whether she's in spirit or here in the physical, continuing on with that is also important. That connection and kind of rebuilding that. Your energies are just saying, Mom, 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 get closer to Mom. So I just wanted to share that with you as well. So I think that's going to be important in your healing and continued kind of support. She is going to be a big part of that. Okay. The short answer when you ask why is this happening to me, I have to tell you, I don't know. I don't know why. But it did strike me when you said, you know, you've lost connection with your spirit guides and that kind of spiritual energy. I say, no, you have not lost connection. We never lose connection. Maybe we don't hear them, but they're always there. I mean, you just have to. So I'm inviting you to just trust that they're there, even when tough things are happening, even when you don't hear them like you did before, because sometimes it just shifts your own energy and kind of balance of energy shifts, and it just makes it hard for you to hear them. I go through the same thing. As connected as I think I am, there's sometimes that I'm just like, you know, like my auntie, she's a big guide for me, or a big kind of her energy is always around me, and there's times that I don't feel her, but I know she's there. Okay, and so continue to ask for the signs. Don't give up. But your guides are there. What kind of if you're open to sharing, what kind of dreams are you having?
Well, I dreamt that I was pregnant, and then I got pregnant, and then I dreamt that I was crying. And I don't know, some type of nightmarish, and it happened. I've always been very like, dreams for me are how I speak to my spirit guides.
Mhm.
Um and it's just like my life is a nightmare.
So I'll just make I guess just kind of how I think of energy, because I have a lot of people come to me and they say these bad things are happening. Is there, you know, some kind of karmic thing that happens, or is
Yeah,
there
karmic.
someone that put like a spell on me? Or and I always want to remind people, and this is just my opinion of what I'm about to tell you, right? So um we are in control of our energy. We don't need a third party to come in and cleanse us, or um, whether it's a karmic thing. We can. I feel like we, each one of us, has full autonomy over our energy and our, you know, karma or whatever the case is. So you have that strength. You have that ability to just reclaim it, because
Yeah.
perhaps that's what happened. I just have to say again, the short answer is I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. But I do want to say that I believe that it might be a situation where you've just kind of um, lost control a little bit of your energy, and how that, and then it's maybe just spiraling a little bit. Um, so it's a spiritual thing, but it's as much a physical and maybe an a mental and emotional thing as well. Because there's always a spiritual side and a human side, right? And we have to like kind of meld those together. But I really believe you have control of your space, the energy in your space and in your body. It's yours. Even if it's an apartment, you know, it's yours. You have a lease on it. It's yours. So you have full control of it, I believe.
So I don't. I think that sometimes I feel that someone sent some type of energy because they made a comment about how I might not be able to, that I shouldn't worry, or that if I can't become a mother, that it's okay, that I need to give up, and it's okay because there's other ways. But I don't know. He told, I don't know. This is not a friend, obviously, but
No.
the next day that I've gone through two losses now, and the one of them, the next day he told me he knew that that I was gonna lose it, and I was like, oh my God, you're not a friend. And he's told me that he's like a witch and he's got that in his ancestry lineage. And I thought maybe that, I mean, obviously, if I give him my power, then maybe there's a chance, but I'm trying to not think about that because I also come from a Mexican culture where we believe in like spells and,
Right.
you know, um, so I don't know if I'm putting too much energy into it, like too much energy into what he said. And now it's like materializing.
Yeah. I believe that's probably what's happening here is you're just maybe it was a thing where your guards were down and then he said that, or he, was giving you that energy and you kind of let it. I mean, there's no blame here, but we all do it, where you just kind of let it kind of manifest and work in your, your mind, your emotions, your spiritual energy. So I say just kind of pull yourself up and you don't have to say this to him directly, but to the energy that he's given you, to say fuck off.
Yeah.
That's not for me. That's not my thing. So you just kind of put that force field and then move on the best you can. Just, and when those dreams come, say those aren't for me. And maybe it's a situation where you just kind of have to keep recalibrating how you feel about it, but just, dismiss it. And then if there's anything that else that helps you, some people get into crystals, some people get into sage and those types of things. And I think those are just great ways to connect. So whatever your process is, but you have control. Okay. So I want you to remember that.
Well, I don't really. I don't have control to what is happening to me. And that's why it's so scary, because I don't have control of my body. I don't have control of what is happening. And that's the problem. I think it's because like I try to be in control of my actions, and but I can't control this. And I think there's, I don't know. It just, that's what's wrong, I think, or it hurts because I have no control over that. Um, so it feels like I don't have control and I can't do anything about it, and my hands are tied, and there's just so much death. Anyway,
I understand. I mean, I'm gonna just, I
but
know you feel that. I know you feel that way. Keep working at it, because I believe you have control.
yeah,
All right. We're sending you that energy.
thank you.
Um, and I do believe you'll have children one day. I believe you'll have 2 boys.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate your time.
Don't let them knuckleheads have power over you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Myra. Good luck to you. We're all sending you love.
Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate it. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Everybody send Myra all the energy you have to send. All right. All right. I'm going to bring on Darian. Hey, yeah, sorry, that was quick.
Yeah, that was
How you
pretty.
doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm
My heart was
excellent.
actually beating really hard because I'm like, I think he's gonna pick me next.
Yeah, and I didn't give you much notice, so sorry.
Okay.
How can I help you tonight?
Okay, so my sister's actually been listening to you and watching your videos, and so she's been wanting me to come live and kind of talk to you.
All
And,
right.
um,
Peer pressure, I love it.
I know. I guess I would just have questions regarding my my school and my past relationship. I recently ended a 9, almost 10 year
relationship, and a part of me kind of feels maybe was wondering if maybe I did the right thing or if I did the wrong thing to move out, because my sister had a session with you and she had told me that you brought me, or like you pretty much, you asked her if she has a sister, and my sister said yes, and if you and you asked her, did you move in with her or did she move out,
Hmm.
and that I moved in to my parents' house, and you said that your sister, meaning me, I went from a big space to something small, meaning, my old bedroom. And so ever since then, I've been kind of curious whether I did the right thing to move out. And I was just wondering regarding my school. And what's it called? I want to major into nursing. I don't know if that's really my path, to be
Yeah,
honest.
let me, can I jump in real quick? Okay, so I do think the path, so what came up before you even mentioned nursing was kind of like two things. Do you have YouTube on?
I have what?
I'm getting a feedback. Do you have YouTube on also?
Right now?
Yeah, in the background.
Yeah, my nephew's watching TV. I can go somewhere.
Oh, I think I'm just hearing myself, and I hate that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It echoes like this.
I'm getting like a bad feedback.
Okay.
I think that's better. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what was happening.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So I was getting information about the medical kind of journey for you. Also, with this, if there's any thoughts of going into, I'm still getting the feedback. I don't think it's on my
Go to
end.
my room. Jane, stay here.
Is anybody else hearing that feedback? All right. I'll try to work through it. It drives me crazy. So there's also a path here that has to do with instructing or teaching as well. I'm not saying you're going to be like a traditional like teacher in a school,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of marrying that with the nursing and the medical.
Kind of what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, this feedback's really bad. I might have to take you off and bring you. Can you mute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Whoever said that, Danielle, thank you. That's much better. Okay, so while I'm talking, you'll just be muted because as I'm talking, it's just coming right back and it's driving me crazy. So we got the nursing and the medical field. I'm going to mute you again. Can I mute you? Okay. We got the nursing and the medical thing, and then also there's an aspect. It keeps unmuting.
Oh, so I should mute myself?
Yeah, I need you to be muted.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we need that to stay that way because it's driving me crazy. Let me collect myself. So there's also an aspect of instructing and teaching. So that's important. If there's a way to marry that, the short answer is yes. I believe you're on the right path when we talk about the nursing field. Also, when it comes to what I was feeling when I was reading your sister and kind of her sister going into a small space and that was all confirmed. And you asked the question, did I make the right decision leaving? I want to say yes. I actually feel like there was, because I'm going back almost like after 4 years of the relationship, there might have been something that happened where I'm not saying the relationship should have been done, but there were some cracks already. So I think you've saved yourself some time. And I also am being called to tell you, just because things have got kind of difficult or challenging, and I do believe they have since you departed from that relationship, doesn't mean it was the wrong decision. Okay. So just because you went into that small space, the energy's tight, the energy's tough, some other things are kind of feel like they're not working out. That has nothing to do with you leaving the relationship. I actually do feel like a weight was lifted, and some of those things that happened, I feel like years ago, we're going to resurface anyway. We're kind of cracks that we're going to prevent you from really being able to have that healthy relationship moving forward. You understand what I mean? So I do think you did the right thing. Okay. And I also am called to tell you that it's not your job to take care of that person and to keep that person together. Okay. I know you felt like the glue that was key, because they're showing me somebody I know in my life that they were the glue that kept somebody together, but you finally decided that it's not your problem. And that was, I don't think you should feel bad for that. You can unmute yourself.
Okay. When you mentioned that, I felt like a part of me needed to take care of him because of his childhood and the way that his parents were kind of absent in his life, and pretty much favored his brother over him. So I took care of him and that aspect of being there for him, and pretty much doing everything for him, setting my feelings aside for him, cooking for him, cleaning for him, running errands for him. And I felt after some time he wasn't really appreciating that from me, or taking advantage of me, taking advantage of my kindness. And so eventually I kind of stopped doing all of that for him. And so I don't know if maybe that's why um, our relationship kind of shifted, or I really don't know why. I really don't know why. Like, he cheated a lot, and that hurt me really bad. Like, every time, almost every year, I feel like he cheated on me.
Mm-hmm. Did that surface early in the relationship?
Yeah, early in the relationship.
Okay,
It was something I expected. It was something that I never thought would happen to me. Even talking, I never knew what infidelity was. Like, I didn't know that existed. Yeah.
I'm going to mute you so I can just kind of address back to and I understand he went through trauma, and we want to help people, and that's just, you're a good person, you're a kind person. I myself went through a lot of crap at the hands of step parents, and just my own parents' stuff, but that's not something that I put on my partner, right? So just because he allowed you to do that, and he allowed you to enable and go into those places, I feel like the shift was probably more on your end, whether you know it or not, where you just kind of were taking your own power back, even though mentally, and I can tell emotionally, you think you should be there for him. But I got to tell you, your energies are saying no. You were doing the right thing by taking your energy back. You gave him enough, is what they said. All right. If it's not your problem, as much as we all want him to do well, but it doesn't mean you have to do well together. So I do think this is your path. I think you made the right decision, even though things got kind of crappy afterwards. I'm being called to tell you the universe is not telling you did the wrong thing. That's not what's happening there. And that's just my opinion of the energy I'm feeling. Okay. So I want to thank you for popping on. Sorry, I unmuted you.
I also had another question. So when we were together, he wanted to participate into an activity that I wasn't really fond of.
Mm-hmm.
But I put my feelings aside for it, and from there, I met someone else, and I was kind of wondering if maybe that person kind of saved me and pulled me away from him, and maybe it was something that was supposed to happen.
Sorry, I have to mute you. I guess it's a thing where I don't know, but I did write down the word saved earlier. So I do think whether it was that person that saved you from kind of moving forward with your partner, I do think there was a bit of an intervention, whether it was that or something else. but your energies and the universe wants you to know you were saved from wasting time, from giving your energy to somebody that wasn't, probably wasn't going to get it together or change. And that's not your responsibility anyway, my opinion. But I think it's also your energy's opinion is what I'm getting. So yeah, I do believe you were saved. That's the word I do want to use. Maybe you were saved from yourself. I don't know, but and I don't know that it was that person or that situation, but it was probably a culmination of everything that happened. I really do believe it all happened for a reason.
I believe so too. I believe so too. Yeah. But yeah. And regarding my school, you said that I am in the right path, right?
I think you are.
Okay.
Yeah, with the medical. Were you also thinking of doing something where you're like training?
Over what?
Were you also considering something where you're either doing some kind of educating, or is that something you enjoy doing where you're like training people, you're educating people, whatever?
I am a nanny. I've been a nanny my entire 20s. And I was looking into ultrasound tech or nursing, one of those two fields. But I don't feel like I'm a great teacher, to be honest with you. I'm more of like learning from someone than teaching someone, I guess.
Got it. I'll challenge you on that. I think down the road. But anyway, the short answer is yes, the medical, the nursing, all that. And then I think down the road, my prediction is you will get into where you're either guiding people, managing people, or instructing people. Okay. So you'll get confidence in that, I think, down the road.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of lacking in is confidence. Maybe over time, with time will tell, I'll probably gain it little by little because confidence is something that I know I'm lacking for sure. So I appreciate that.
You'll get there. All right. Well, thanks for popping on.
Of course.
Nice
Thank you so
meeting you.
much. I appreciate you. Have a good night.
Bye, Darian.
Bye.
All right. So I'm going to do one more person on the live. It's going to be Sandra. You're coming on in just a moment. And then I will jump into the comments and do as many as I can rapid fire because I know everybody's been waiting patiently. Thank you for that. If you have not subscribed, please do that. I'll be forever grateful, and hit the like button. All right. Sandra, let's do it. What is up, my dear? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am well. Thank you. Have you been on before?
No.
All right. First time. Cool. Well, welcome. How can I help you tonight?
I was just wondering if anyone is coming through for me.
All right.
A lot of people pass.
Yeah. Is there anyone, just because, we got a lot of energy going on and for time purposes, is there one person you're hoping to hear from? You can just give me a name.
Yes. Adelia.
Who's the woman that passed in her sleep? And I feel like she's like showing crosses all around, like she's filling the room with crosses. Do you know who that would be?
My mom.
Okay.
That's who Adelia is.
Okay, got it. She wants you to know she's so happy where she's at. I got to tell you that.
She is.
She says, I know you miss me, but I'm so happy where I'm at. She's telling me it's everything she dreamed of. So I just have to pass that on. Was she a baker? Did she bake all the time? I feel like what she's like making me like knead bread, like, like rolling out the dough and the bread or so, or you understand why she's doing this? She's making.
Not necessarily, but we ate a lot of bread.
Okay. Specifically, she's showing me like a rolling pin. The rolling thing that old school like ladies would use for the bread. I don't know if this is like something that somebody has of hers, or if she had one, or if there's a story around it. But I'll just leave that with you. But specifically, the the old school, like rolling. I know now we have like machines that do it or whatever, we just go to Whole Foods. But
Yes, hopefully where I go.
yeah, but she's like showing me like the hard work that's put into it. Do you have a heart pendant of some sort for her or of hers?
But I have a ring.
No, this is shaped like a heart. There's
No.
a piece of jewelry that she wants to acknowledge that was either bought for her or like in memory of her or remind somebody of her, but it's shaped like a heart. I'm blurry again.
Yeah, you are.
We'll see if we can fix that. I don't know what happens.
I don't know what the heart is. I don't know
It's
what.
like I don't know. It's like a pendant of some sort, is what I feel, because it feels like it hangs. I don't know why I'm blurry.
It has a lot.
Um,
That's why.
There we go. I think Adelia's she's been involved here. She also she wants to acknowledge that there's like 2 birthdays that are together that she wants to acknowledge as well. Who's having the 2 birthdays together?
It's the two of us.
Okay, got it. So there's like a happy birthday celebration together kind of things that she wants to acknowledge. I think that she always thought that was a really cool thing and she really appreciated that. It's not soon though, right?
No, it's in July.
Okay. But she just wants to acknowledge like we still celebrate together kind of thing. There's still like a energy thing that's happening that she wants you to know about. All right. If you haven't already started your own business, she says do it already. Okay. Is this something you're thinking about? Okay. She says in a very kind of like tough love, kind of like get on with it already kind of thing. Like do it already. Like you got this. Okay. So
Yeah.
she's got that whole like she's around you when you have this feeling of like I got this. I feel like she's very much interactive in that. That's very much her energy grabbing a hold of you and helping out. Would she have also talked to you like that in a very like kind of matter of fact way?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you get that feeling, that's just her just popping up, yeah. So a lot of love. She wants you to do the business or whatever it is that's kind of like she feel like you talk yourself out of it is what she's saying. Also, would you understand that for her and dad, did her and dad not was the relationship not good? She wants you to know like that was nobody's fault but their own. Like so she's kind of taking full responsibility for whatever issues they had. So I don't know if what she's saying is maybe you, sorry, I'm blurry again. If you feel like you had some involvement or have some kind of guilt, or if somebody thinks that she's saying this was our deal, why things got the way they did. Okay. Do you understand that?
It wasn't, their relationship was perfect, but they live in Portugal and I live here and they both passed away and I wasn't there.
Okay.
Maybe that's what you're getting.
It's just like a response. Like she's showing me like whatever happened to them that feels to me like it wasn't good. So passing away probably would, we would think of that as not good. Right. Although I want to remind you, she's very happy where she's at. But she's saying that was nobody's fault but our own. So whatever the distance was, she's saying that was in their control. They controlled what happened. Okay. So if there's any guilt, she doesn't want anybody to have any guilt about what happened, where it happened, when it happened. Okay. A lot of love. The boy. Is there a son or a young boy? She wants to talk about the boy. She says this kid is like, she says this kid's crazy. She says this in like just I get the sense of wonderment, like just watching him. I feel like anybody that's watching this live and they saw this kid, they'd just be like, wow, what a cool, interesting child. So she's watching over the boy.
Is he going to be okay?
He's gonna be great. She says, whatever. Even if he has challenges, she's saying like he's great. He's a cool kid, is what she says. This is your son?
Yes.
Yeah. He's got a good mom, so he's in good shape.
Thank you.
All right.
He's a great kid.
Yeah,
But
well, I can tell just by the information she's giving me. So even if he's got challenges, I mean, I almost feel it's a situation where even if he did have challenges, he doesn't know. He doesn't know any better.
he has no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's what she's showing me.
Yeah.
All right, my dear. Yeah, she's around you a
I
lot, a
all,
lot.
all the time.
What was the how'd you understand the crosses? Because that was kind of intense how she
Okay.
kind of brought that in.
So the only thing that I think of dangling in the cross was because when she passed, this was we weren't expecting her to pass. And I had traveled to Portugal, and I was in the south of Portugal and she was in the north of Portugal, and we were supposed to meet at the dangling cross.
Hmm. Well, the dangling thing was a heart.
Right. I heard you say that, but I don't know what that is. We were supposed to meet under the cross in Fatima,
Okay.
this huge
Okay.
place in Portugal of worship. And she never made it because she passed away in the night in her sleep, like you said.
Yeah.
So the next morning when I was driving to the cross, so that's why you're maybe seeing,
Across the cross, yeah.
because there's a lot of crosses. I was supposed to meet her there and she never made it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Are my brothers with her? I'm sure my dad and my brothers are all together.
Do we have 3?
We have 4.
Oh my God. Why are all 4 in spirit?
Yeah.
Oh, you have a lot of folks in spirit. Why am I only getting 3? So I want to say the short answer is yes, but there's let me ask you this: are there, because sometimes I separate them, but I'm getting immediately I was brought to three brothers. I'm not saying the other one's not with them, but for some reason they're acknowledging the 3 right away.
I do have 3 brothers. One of them is alive and the other 2 have passed.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Why'd you say 4 then?
There's 4 of them in heaven, meaning my dad, my mom, and my 2
Okay,
brothers.
got it. Okay. So they're acknowledging the 3 brothers. Got it. That makes sense. I was like, wait, because like they give me what they give me, right? So this is their way of saying yes, the brothers are with them, and then the one that's still here, that's alive, they're with him. He's still alive, but they're with him, right? Just like they're with you. All right. So they're acknowledging the 3 brothers. So we're with everybody. We're with everybody.
Yeah. I bet
Okay.
the party up there.
I was gonna say it's like a party. I feel like there's they give me this sense of like dance and dancing and really just like enjoying. They enjoyed life, so they enjoy the afterlife, air quotes, as well. So that's kind of their heaven. You know, that's what they're doing. They're in the energy of like dancing, enjoying family, eating a lot, that kind of thing.
Could the dangling heart be that when my daughter left for college, I gave her a dangling heart, and she has a heart and I have a heart? Maybe that doesn't have anything to do with my mom, but it does have to do with me and my daughter.
That's okay. Yeah, it's definitely a piece of jewelry that's not like a ring because it's dangling, right? And it's a heart, so it's like a pendant. So if you both have that, I would say that she's making reference to that, so she knows that it is important. Do you have it on now or no?
No.
Okay. But she's making reference to a piece of very important jewelry. So sometimes I get things translated not perfectly. That's okay. So yeah, even if it's not for her, I would say that, yeah, because that sounds to me like it's a pretty important thing.
Okay.
All right. All right, my dear. Well, thanks for sharing your family and your mom with us.
Thank you so much. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you, Sandra.
Thank you.
Good
Have a
night.
good bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Cool. All right. Let's go into, I'm sorry, everybody. Thank you for waiting so patiently So I might just do these kind of a little bit more matter of fact than normal. I'll try to give you as much as I can get. Unicorn corn. I love that I'm blurry all night. That's fine. We'll just roll with it. Do you see my knees making a full recovery? Any timing? I've had a lot of conventional and unconventional techniques. The left knee is problematic, is what I'm getting. And I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice, but I'm just being drawn to the energy of the left knee being not as there or solid as the energy of the right knee. So you might have a little bit of it's almost, and I want to say yes. I think you'll get back to full recovery. I think there's going to be with the left one a little bit less of. It feels to me like you might. I'm losing my words again. It's okay, but you might not be as confident about that one for a while. So a lot of it is mental. I think the knees actually recover, and then it's like getting the mental kind of part of it, emotional part of it around just being comfortable and being confident and doing the different things. I also think that there's an opportunity for like a physical therapy or like doing some kind of really specific therapy or exercises as well. That's part of your recovery. I've got it. I think you'll be back up and running. I feel like we get into a little bit of colder weather. So October-ish, right? When you're starting to get that confidence back. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ermila, thank you for being here. If you're still here, if you're watching this on playback, thank you for watching. I want to know, after my divorce, am I going to start my own business or get a job? If yes, what kind of business? I don't think this is a service-based business. I'm getting almost like, well, there's a real, okay. A couple things. A couple opportunities here. I do think you're going to. I actually think that you've got this entrepreneur kind of spirit that is just going to, your energies want you to remember the fearlessness that you have. So a lot of us, like including myself, it's like, you know, for me, it's like quitting the full-time job and going full-time doing this is like, it's scary, right? And I don't, and I probably should have done it a long time ago. With you, I feel like there's a fearlessness that is just like, okay, let's do this, right? As hard as it is or whatever. So don't forget that is what your team of energies is saying. I do feel like there is a real estate aspect to the business. It feels to me like it's maybe a little bit more, I don't mean this so much literally, but more on the commercial side of things rather than a residential kind of real estate is what I'm getting. And I'm not saying you're going to be a salesperson, but there might be investments or something that has to do with like a commercial aspect of real estate in some way. I also sense that there's like a selling. I think this is less of a service-based business, and there might also be another. This feels different, like selling like products. So I don't know if it's like a buy, sell, or shipping kind of situation, but there's a product and like because I feel like I want to ship like sell things and ship them. All right, but whatever it is, I think you'll be good, and you'll build it pretty quickly. I think your energy is very driven. So lean into it. You're good. All right. Thank you for the question. Still have 73 people watching. Cool. Marnie, I've been seeing a lot of sevens and heard this can be a good sign for a jackpot win. Did you ask me about the lottery last time? And I don't know if you're being serious. I have a feeling you're being serious. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I do feel like a certain amount of luck around you, and this isn't just with, money, but yeah, if you feel lucky, if you've seen a lot of sevens. I mean, I've got sevens all around. I mean, I'm born in 77. The last three digits of my social are 777. But I don't feel like I had a jackpot. Anyway, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it, but it doesn't mean it's not there. But I do feel like you're lucky right now. All right. You are Fermilab. Thank you for being here. The contract with my employer ends soon, and I thought about moving out of the IT field. Should I stay with it or move to another field like 5G technology? I like the 5G technology because I'm getting more of like almost an engineer vibe. And I'm not sure what you did in the IT field, uh, but I'm getting something that's a little more hands-on, where you might actually be in the field or working on apparatuses. Big word. So yes, I like the move. I'm not telling you what to do, but if that's kind of where you're going, that is confirmation. And I think you do well in the IT field. It's just there's something about this thing that feels a little more hands-on or a little bit more of an engineering vibe. So if that makes sense for the 5G technology, then that's kind of where I see you going. I actually think you'll shift out of that by, did you get? I think by July. So good luck to you. Did I do this? Yep. All right, Patty D. It's my daughter's birthday today. Happy birthday, daughter. She just lost her job. That's not good. Will she get another job soon? Blurriness. Should I move away? Let's see. All right. Yeah, I think there's going to be some real solid possibilities by May. So soon is relative, right? So Captain Morgan says springtime. I got May, which is a little more summer, springish. So maybe that makes sense, right? Here's what I get. I get this. I'm being drawn to. This is very like just water. I'm being shown water. So I don't know if this is with a water company or if this is near water, but there's some kind of connection to water, and I don't just mean they drink water. There's something kind of major. So maybe look for that. And then yeah, so I think she'll be good. And I think whatever comes next, I actually feel like it's something that she gets excited about. It's something that she enjoys doing. I don't think the last job she enjoyed that much. So it was probably a blessing in disguise. Anyway, happy birthday to her again, and thank you for being here, Patty. Okay, Myra, what happens after April 8th? It's my brother's birthday. I know there's some kind of is it like an eclipse or something happening? I think we'll be fine. I don't think anything changes other than just normal natural things that are going on. I don't think we enter any kind of portal or anything. All right, back to the start. Here we go. Baby Shoals. Oops, capital. Am I on the right path in my health journey? Yeah, what I get is keep up the treatments, because it's almost like treatment. They're showing me something that you do like, and I don't think this is exercise. I think it's actually like some kind of treatment that you're doing, whether it's something you do at home or somewhere you go to. I don't know if this is acupuncture, but the treatments. Yes, keep doing that. I feel like having a holistic side of it is good for you. Not everybody, I think, responds as well as others. I actually think like more of a holistic path is good for you. Also, cutting out the chemicals in your like shampoos, your toothpaste, your makeups, like going to a more organic based product is important too, because I think there's some skin things going on. So all that kind of natural, homeopathic, holistic stuff is good. I think you're having a little trouble with doing that in the diet, but you'll get there, is what they say. So Yeah, I think so. It's a lot. It's like a lot of different things that you're doing, and they all matter. That's what they tell me. Thank you again for the question. All right. Mr. Captain Morgan, hi, Stopher, house in escrow in Lake Arrowhead. How long do you see I will live in this house? Okay, so house is in escrow. Are you purchasing or are you selling? I feel like you're selling. No, you're buying it. Okay. Well, would you understand this is not, well, I mean, it makes sense like Arrowhead. It's probably not your primary. If you're still here, is this a house you're purchasing, Mr. Morgan? Purchase, got it. I think you'll have it for as long as 8 years. I know it's a bit of an investment, and I think there'll be some situations where you are always like kind of watching what it does as an investment as well, and then measuring that. But I actually think that it just makes sense that the longer road. So I've got at least 8 years. So I think you're going to be in it. That's a while. I don't know that I've ever lived anywhere for 8 years. Other than the home I grew up in. But yeah, that's what I get. That's my prediction. 8 years. Like, of course, that's going to change a little bit as you. But I think it's a situation where even though it is your primary home, where you kind of always are tuned into the value of it and ready to. It's like, is this the year I kind of let it go? But yeah, it's a long term thing. Congratulations. All right, got it. Let's see this. If I apply at SKR Plus Co. for senior tax associate job, will I get it? Or do you see another job opportunity showing up for me? I haven't worked for over a year due to family surgeries and wrist injuries. Okay, so I'm having a hard time getting the energy for the what is it? SKR plus CO. I think there's some either qualifications or experiences you have that don't quite, and I don't want to say you're not qualified enough, but it's like there's something like a certain qualification that's a big deal to them that doesn't fully match what you have going on. There's other opportunities. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like working for some kind of so it's a senior tax associate job. Something that's a little more government or government contractor or subsidy kind of thing. So something that's somehow connected to, I'm not saying it has to be a government job, it could be, or something that's somehow like an ancillary branch or arm of a government entity. So it could be a contractor as well. So yes, and I think it's sooner than later. I don't think we get into summer without you kind of changing or getting a job. So apply for the SKR thing, but there's something that doesn't quite line up. I hope I'm wrong, but you should apply for it. But there's something else for you. That's what I'm getting. All right, Shopper Bill, let's get to it. Hello from Houston. I got to tell you guys about my Houston story from a few years ago. I want to retire and move out of Houston. I would suggest that, Bill, based on what my story. Anyway, will I move and where will I go? Maybe New Mexico. I like Santa Fe specifically for you. And I've also got Colorado as an option. I think you're going to be in that zone there. So above, I guess, north of Texas. I don't see you going like too much like east or west, but definitely north. So I've got, I like the New Mexico, the Santa Fe, New Mexico, and then also there's some opportunities in Colorado that I think will be shown to you. You might already have people there or some kind of past connection to specifically right around Denver. I know it's the biggest city there, but Doesn't mean everybody moves there, right? But I actually get right on the outskirts of Denver. There's something for you. So yes, I think you'll move. I think it's going to be a couple years. I don't think it happens in 2024. It might be the end of 2025 or the beginning of 2026 as it kind of sits there now. Thank you for being here as always. Julie, can you tell me where evil people's souls go, like Theodore Bunny? I don't know if that's a joke. I think they go to the same place that nice people's souls go to. Just energy, just kind of floats, just kind of worked with us and is within us. It's my opinion. All right, my son had a health event last week. Sorry to hear that. Will we get a solution to the issue? I think you will. You'll get some answers. It's going to take a little bit. So what I'm getting is like a process. So really be vigilant. Not sure your son's age, feels a little younger, but so I think this is what I'm trying to say by acknowledging that is I think you're going to be a part of this, of like either making sure he gets to the right places, gets to see the right people. But I do think there's a bit of a journey here, working with your doctors and whatnot to figure it out. So the journey is on the figuring it out part. So there will be some I feel like screens and blood tests, and I'm not sure if there's MRIs, but they're showing me like a bit of a process. I do think you'll figure out kind of what's going on. There might be a little bit of a journey as far as correcting the problem. I do sense a path though. Okay, there might even be a small procedure or treatment that has to happen. And once again, that's not me diagnosing. I'm not a doctor. I'm just kind of going where the energy is telling me, and that's my opinion of it. But I think you've got a path to figuring it out and a good solution. All right, 78 likes, huh, Brenda? 78's good. We should get to 100 though. So click it. All right. Let's see. I think this is a question. Hi, Alex. I've been so ill ever since I contracted. Is it contracted? Either way, COVID, and went into a brief coma. 2.5 years ago. Every day it seems like it's getting worse instead of better. No money. Okay, here's what I'm getting. I don't know the exact question, but I'll tell you what I get around it. There's like a behavior thing that's going. So there's a behavior that you're doing. I don't know if this is smoking or something, because I feel like there's almost like a pre-existing situation that was leading to it as well. So it just like was a bad kind of combination with the COVID. And I know they call this like long hauler or whatever. So the COVID situation has like kind of worked with whatever was already going on with your respiratory system it's almost like it was changed or kind of modified, and that's kind of what's caused. So there's a weakness or some kind of situation that happened. I don't know that this gets like just corrected all of a sudden. I do think there's probably some lifestyle things that have to change. I do think it's a bit of a journey. I'm getting a sense that it can be improved. I don't know that it gets back to the way it was. Okay. I hope I'm wrong with that, but I think that will be a little bit of a journey, and there's some behaviors on your end that you can kind of tweak and correct that will also help. So I'm not sure if this is diet or smoking or vaping or whatever it is. And it might have been something that you did, prior in your life that is still just kind of existing. So that's what I get with that. I think that was a great meetup. Okay. I only see 9 likes. Yeah, I don't know why you see only 9 likes. I'm not looking at it, but the reports are that there are more than 9. There's like 80. Okay. All right. Acacia or Asasia? Acacia? We'll go with Acacia. What job career should I pursue? Am I on the right path? Thank you again. I've also got you in clinical. So I like you in a clinical environment. So when I say this, it's not always nursing. Sometimes that could be like as much as like there could be a tattoo studio. But I see like a kind of this like sterile clinical environment. So um, I do whatever that means. So some sort of healthcare or health and wellness activity is kind of where I see you. All right, let me know if that makes sense to you. It could also be like some kind of in the beauty field as well. Something in that vibe. Let me know if that makes any sense. All right, Bridget, Captain Morgan says refresh YouTube. I think that's a good. All right, Airbound, is there potential love interest for me? Yes, is one of them Natalie. Natalie, good luck pinning Natalie down. Natalie's energy is she's a traveler, she's a mover and a shaker. So I think you'll enjoy it's almost a situation where what's it called? Like enjoying like the hunt or the, trying to pin Natalie down. It might be kind of fun for a while. It might also eventually get a little frustrating. I've got more energy towards it not working just because of timing and everything. Natalie's energy seems like, I don't want to say hectic because I think she's got control of it. It just seems like I would consider it hectic. It wouldn't work for me. So that's kind of what's going on with that. I think you'll have a lot of options other than this Natalie. So keep them open. I think the menu is going to be shown to you. You'll be dating a lot this year, next year. So you can just pick. So the short answer is yes. You can pick from any of them. I believe we can make any relationship work if both parties are into it. My dog. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog. He's like having a moment. Tonight is like with the blurry and the distractions. All right, let's see what this is. Scorpio. I'm in a friends with benefits situation, and I'm curious, do you see him with others? As I know, this is supposed to be no strings attached. They call that NSA. But I've caught feelings, and it's been a year, so not to Robert and Tina. He is, and I feel like the person he is kind of giving some energy to is somebody that it feels familiar. So I don't think this is just a rando. I feel like it's somebody that he's either maybe even like considered like kind of also an FWB or somebody maybe that was once a thing, a relationship of some sort. I'm not saying this was like his main ex, but there's something familiar about who he's kind of giving. And I don't know what that, I'm not saying what it is, but there's energy being given to this person. We'll say that. So yeah, I do think there's others involved to a degree. I keep it fun, keep it light. I have a hard time thinking this is going to be taken to the next level of commitment anytime soon, if it ever is. So continue to have fun. If I know you caught feelings, but if you can do your best to kind of temper that, I think you'll be in good shape. But I mean, our feelings are our feelings, right? I would just say protect yourself as much as possible. Oh my gosh, are we almost through this? Okay. Still 65 of you here. Okay, let's see. Myra, thank you for being here. I've been hearing a lot today. Various people that I will move into a new house later this year. If so, what are the circumstances? It doesn't feel like a house. It feels like it feels like it's attached. So I don't know where you're at. If there's like Some people call them row homes. Some people call them, here they're townhomes. So yeah, I think there's an opportunity to, and I want to say this to you, it's an opportunity. It's a good opportunity. It's going to feel like it's not I feel like on your end, it's going to be like, yeah, but, so it's not going to initially feel like the right thing or that it's like a perfect fit. I think it could be. So as you're feeling that in the moment, I would say, go a little deeper with the situation. It's going to look like not the right situation, but there's an opportunity for it to work out well. So you do what feels comfortable there. But yeah, I actually get that it's when they say like later this year, I almost feel like it's at the end, like it might literally be in December. Because I almost want to say that it could be pushed out, but I think it's also going to be a situation where and this goes into the part where maybe it doesn't feel like it lines up perfectly on your end, because there's going to be a timing thing too, where you might have to move quickly. So, where it's a great opportunity, I think you'll also feel a little pressured. So you'll just have to weigh that out. That's my prediction. Ness, job search. I do want to say less is more for some reason. You lost your job last week. We didn't see that coming. And I know we had talked, and I'm not trying to give away, things we talked about, but I know there's like an international kind of energy going on with you, and I still feel that. So as you're searching, continue looking for companies that have that kind of international reach, is what I want to tell you. I think it's going to be in the same kind of thing that you're doing. I also think there is a kind of you're going to be well served by partnering with a company or an employer or a contractor, whatever it is you do there, that has like a good, some companies, losing my words here, that like it's all about the cause as much as it's about making money. So there's a need for having like a good cause, and then also, of course, you got to make that money. So but I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be back into like a job that's like not everlasting, but like a long-term job by we're going into July, August. Doesn't mean you can't have anything else in the meantime, but I think you find like a good spot to land. All right, I'm just going to check in with you guys on the live chat. Values alignment is priority. Yeah, that makes sense. So the values, the good deeds, a company that has guys, help me with the words, has a focus, a little bit of philanthropy, if you will. Sharon Sipe, thank you for all the moderation you do and putting the links and all the information. Folks, I've got several seats available for the classes, the courses, 4 weeks. Yeah, it's only $125 for 4 weeks. These are each 2-hour classes. We can do the beginner if you're just wanting to, kind of dip your toes in the pool. The beginner is perfect. As I choke. The beginner is perfect for you. That starts on March 5th. And like every Tuesday after that for 4 weeks, 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. And then we've got, for the folks that want to just take it to the next level and learn a little bit more, get a little more practice, that type of thing, we've got the intermediate advanced. Once again, it's only $125. And I'm not saying that's, nothing, but it's affordable or it's a good value. Let's say that. So that one starts on March 6th, and it is 4 Wednesdays total. Once again, 5:30 to 7:30, 2 hours each class. Thank you, Sharon Sipe. So stophercavins.com, education tab. You can read all about the courses and you can register. Also, I think the link's in the description here. Mission, yes. Mission, company mission. Larger property. Yeah, specifically land is what I'm getting. Maurice, I'm not sure if you're just looking for, I know property can mean the structure. I also feel like there's a possibility that there's more than one structure. So this would be like a home with like a detached garage, or where I'm from, we call them outbuildings. So that's not an outhouse. Those exist there too. But outbuildings like separate garage or a pole barn or shed, that type of thing. So I sense a opportunity to buy a bigger property. I'm not saying it's a horse property, but someone's got a little more space outside. The structure itself, I'm not getting that it's crazy big, but I think overall it will be maybe one of these other buildings could be like an ADU or something where you build like a unit for extra space. Uh-huh. Ness says, "Oh yeah, Ness is taking my course. Thank you for saying that." I'm just going to see if I This is Billy. Thank you for being here. This is tough. I don't know because okay. So a couple things going on. I think just the logistics of it and the cost of it is there's a barrier here. So that's going to be a tough one. Doesn't mean it's insurmountable. I also feel like there's a pull. So there's somebody else that wants your sister to be somewhere else. So I think the odds are against it. I hope. I don't think it's insurmountable, but just with the financing, the logistics of it, and then also there's like a third party or even like third parties that have other ideas about how things should be done. So I just want to prepare you. I think it's challenging and probably it's stacked up against it. But good luck. We're sending you a lot of positive energy around it. Let's see, Jet. Thank you for being here. Update from last week. Because I read for you last week. I was going to say, I asked about a medical study, and you said the timing was off. I was accepted, but we had to postpone a month. Yeah, that makes sense. Because didn't I say I'm not trying to be revisionist here, but I feel like what I was because I'm reconnecting here. So I feel like it was like not this one, but there's another one. So maybe it was this one, but it's just later. So that makes sense. Let's see. She definitely has that energy. This was Natalie with the everywhere. Natalie's beautiful. No, I sense that she's a good chick, but I'm the goat. For all of you that don't know, goat means greatest of all time. Yeah, there you go. I think it'll be good airbound. Have fun. All right, should I wrap it up or should I just hang out with you guys? Hour and 45. Wild. Okay, I think that's everybody. Anybody else have some last minute questions? I saw. Hold on, Bridget. All right, Bridget. I saw it. Oh, hey, Celestra. That's my friend Celestra from Indiana. And sorry I didn't get to hang out with you when you were in here in California, Celestra. Will I be able to move to a better home Well, that's subjective. What's better? So, okay, we'll start this energy from the standpoint of for you. So it's like an April, where are we at, a year? Yeah, I don't think it's a situation where you, at least not at first, where you're purchasing. It feels to me like it might be a lease or something where there might be a family kind of involvement. For some reason, I'm getting that, but I do get that there's some shifting or some opportunities to shift next March, April, is what's happening here. There's an environmental thing that doesn't feel so healthy. So I'm not sure if this is just like loud neighbors or just like the neighborhood maybe isn't great, but I feel like there's an environmental situation that you just really need to continue to be very aware of the surroundings. And I don't know that it's a situation where I'm not saying there's like mold in the home or the home itself is not secure, but I feel like there's something environmentally, like I say, it's going on in the neighborhood with the neighbors. Maybe it's not the best environment. So I do think you'll be able to get that, but you got to hang in there a little bit. We flip the calendar. I think it gets into next year, in several months into next year. So that tells me it's like April. But you can change that timeline if you don't like that timeline. You can work harder or look harder or whatever the case is. But I think it's like a lease or something where there might be I just don't think you get into like a mortgage situation right away. That's what I'm getting. Oh, it is mold. It could be mold. Yeah, there's something, as I say, I don't think it's mold, but there's something they're telling me environmental. So that, yeah, there's something not healthy. Mimi, I didn't see the question about your sister. Could you put it? And if it's mediumship, I don't do mediumship in the comments. And I'm probably don't even have the energy for mediumship right now, but we could do it next week. But if you want to put it back in, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, Rosie, did you, I feel like he's like either singing or, here's what I get. And I can't quite make out if he's saying that you sang to him or that you were repeating something that was like an ongoing kind of thing you would say to each other. Cause there's some kind of like repetition is what I'm getting. So if you can understand that, because spirit always likes to come, well, in my experience, likes to come through with some kind of evidence rather than me just saying, yeah, he was there. So as I connect to your question here in that energy, what I'm getting is there was a yes, and specifically that he heard something either being sung or some kind of repetitious thing being said that was very comforting. Okay, will it? Sarah Nations, if your question, it maybe did get lost. So if you want to put it in, I've got some energy. So let's do it. Well, we're going on 2 hours. So yeah, they do get lost just because I'm connecting and I've got all this stuff going on and I've got people in the chat and I'm never going to tell people not to chat, even though it does kind of hide the questions sometimes. But I want you guys to chat and have fun. So we just work through it. It's not what you wanted to hear. And sometimes I'm the bad news medium, so I apologize, but I'm always going to be straight with you guys. All right. Okay. Okay, who was I just with? The sister. Okay, Mimi. Let me find it again. All right. Will the situation be resolved soon with my sister? What I get with this is like, because the energy feels like it reconnects, but it feels like kind of light. So there might be a surface level. I don't think it's a real resolution. I feel like there might be a surface level, almost like a truce, or yeah, we've got an understanding, but you both kind of know that it's not resolved. So be careful with it, is what I want to say. And I feel like it could even be like, yeah, we have this quote resolution, but it's not a real resolution, and it like goes for 2 years. I'm getting like a period of like it could go for 2 years where you're still not quite trusting each other. Trust is a big thing that's happening here. So not trusting each other, and really just not really enjoying being around each other when those moments do arise. So I would just be careful with it, because if it doesn't feel like it's fully dealt with, then just be careful with the energy you give beyond that. So I kind of get a no. You might think it is, but once again, I'm giving like not great news. All right, Myra, I don't know if Myra, are you trying to come back on? I know we connected earlier, so I'm not sure if you're trying to come back on. Sarah, let me find Sarah. Sarah, did you put your question back in? I don't know. Was that an answer to something I said, Myra? I do. Very, very strongly. I actually feel like there's already been some groundwork laid for it. So I do. And I think they want it, you want it. I don't see anybody against it, really. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not seeing any kind of major hurdles. Timing, maybe a little bit, but you'll get through it. So yes, I do see it. Okay, guys, help me find Sarah. Sarah, did you put your question back in? I apologize if it's getting covered up here. We got that, but I don't know. We've got that, but I don't see a question. Is there anything coming for me, my friend? It would be much. Anything coming for you? There's a lot, Liam. So I'm not sure if you're already. I normally don't go like into like a woo-woo kind of way, or not to say like spirituality is like weird, but it's kind of where I'm going. So Liam, I'm not sure how spiritual you are, or if you're in kind of a spiritual kind of awakening, reckoning. I'm just sensing a lot more connection with you, starting now, if you're not already in it, and a lot more of a spiritual path. And what I mean by that is you might actually get into some kind of woo, and it feels fun. So there's a lot you're going to learn about yourself, and a lot of healing that's going to happen. I don't sense much changes with like human stuff like jobs. I also feel like with the healing, there's also some healing with some family relationships that kind of are a byproduct of your own personal healing that are going to help too. Specifically, I feel like with parents. Yeah. So it's a journey. You got a journey. I think there's like a kind of a personal journey happening, is what I want to say. But it also is being motivated, and the catalyst of it is like a spiritual kind of shake. Enjoy it. Sometimes it's rough, but it's enlightening. It's enriching, is what I want to say. All right. Did we find yeah, you're good. You also have a lot of people around you. I know you've told me that you have a lot of loss in your life, but I actually feel like you've got a lot of support as well, still here in the physical, and also your spiritual family is the energies are just saying they're showing me everything converging on you. So, yes, it will go well. Yes, you're in good hands, is what I'm getting as far as the people performing the surgery. And they're telling me you put it off. So the timing's good now. So, and I don't think you were wrong for putting it off. It's all kind of coming together. Yeah, you're in good shape, and you'll have people waiting for you. And you'll have the support. I like it. I like the yeah, I want to say yes. Is this I feel like you're kind of worried more about a energetic safety rather than a like physical, like somebody trying to break into your home kind of thing or hurt you. Am I right? And I'm going to say on both levels, I think you're fine. Energetically and physically safe. Let us know. You're welcome, pal. Right back at you. It's both. Yeah, I think in both you're good. Okay. I understand that it feels weird. I get it. I can feel it. But I think it's a little more just kind of in your own kind of head a little bit about it is what I'm getting. But if you don't feel safe, then of course do everything you can to fix that. If you have to call law enforcement or whatever it is, always do that. But what I'm feeling, my opinion of it is that it might be a little bit more just how you're processing it, rather than, because I'm getting that it's fine. It's good. All right. Yeah, I gotta, okay, Mimi, does this mean the estate resolution will take 2 years? I forget what I told you actually. Okay, with the sister. Yeah, here's what I think. I think if there is a resolution, so even if it's the estate, I just think it will be so you might get the resolution and the estate's like worked out, but it's almost like if you're not 100 about it and you don't think she's 100 about it, it's going to almost cause more problems down the road than it's even worth. So they're just showing me that it continues on if it's not really, really, really resolved where you both are on board and into it. Thank you, Myra. I appreciate that. Of course, and I forgot to mention at the top of the like 2 hours ago, any donations are super appreciated. They are not necessary, but they are going to be as soon as I get my real ID should be in the mail probably tomorrow, and then I get my business account set up, and then I can start taking that money that comes from donations and from the YouTube monetization, and we will give that to the Gary Sinise Foundation to help veteran families and that type of thing. So I'm really excited about that. I will be showing the receipts. So when those donations are done, we will celebrate it real quick on here, on one of the lives. All right. Okay, I want to get to everybody, but I think I'm just going to have to. Let me see if I can find Sarah. Sarah, okay, there you are, Sarah. We're going to end in this. So if I did not get to your question, I apologize. Let's do it again next week. My Aunt Pam be okay health-wise. Motion activated. And why were my motion activated cat balls going off? The cat balls were dead. Okay, so I don't know about the cat balls. I don't get any energy from that. I would say I want to tell you, like, I almost feel like if it was somebody that's in that's like a spiritual energy, it should make sense to you. So whoever like kind of makes sense that would do that. But I don't know specifically. Nobody's stepping forward saying it's me. Actually, now I'm getting more of a female energy around it. Feels to me like a maternal side. Here's what I'm being shown. I'm being shown my auntie, who is my mother's sister, who's in spirit. So if you've got that, so mom's side of the family, I feel like, but I don't know exactly who it is. All right. So, oh, and you have Aunt Pam. Yeah. I think, okay. So, okay. Well, she'll be okay. She's got some things she's going through, and I don't think she's telling you everything that she's dealing with. So there are some things to learn. I want to tell you to continue to be supportive, and I do think she will need your support. And actually, a lot of people's support in the family. And I'm not saying it's like major or not major. I just feel like there's some things she's struggling with that she's kind of keeping to herself or keeping to a very small group of people. Just continue to be supportive of her. She'll need it, and she'll appreciate it. But will she be fine? I think she'll get through it. I think she'll cope as long as she's got the support. All right, we are done, and I appreciate it. Yeah, because I think if I were to answer more questions, I don't know that I would be any good at it. All right, thank you all. I appreciate you. Hit the like button on the way out. If you've already hit it, don't hit it again, because then it will actually unlike it, and we don't want that. And then also, if you want to hop back in later and leave some comments, because that does the whole algorithm thing that all the kids are talking about. And then more people see it, and then all that good stuff. And then it becomes harder for you to get your questions read because more people are watching. Anyway, love you all. See you next week.